Hello everybody, I'm David Williamson and I am the Toy Car Collector at ToyCarCollector.com. You can reach me by phone or text at 503-956-3708. Now what I'm here to talk to you today about is something completely different than what I normally talk about, which is Redline Hot Wheels and Lesney Matchbox. I'm here to talk to you today about the DJI Phantom 3 and my love affair of that DJI Phantom 3. Now the DJI Phantom 3 just came out a couple of weeks ago. It was pre-sold and they've just started shipping this week. Now the Phantom 3 is a quadcopter. I like to use the word quadcopter. A lot of people like to call it a drone. I don't really like the word drone. It just sounds weird. It sounds like my ex-wife droning on and on. Oh wait a minute, that wasn't her, that was me. Never mind. Okay, so other people might call it a multi-rotor and things like that. I prefer to call it a quadcopter, but it really is one of the coolest inventions of all times. Now what I wanted to talk to you today about is my journey that got me to buying this multi-rotor quadcopter drone from DJI Phantom 3, which is so fantastic. Well, I tell you what, Christmas a year ago, my wife bought me a helicopter. Actually, we were at Costco and I saw one of those little toy helicopters and I was like, I have got to have one of those. And she said, okay, honey, I'll get you one for Christmas. So I got a little helicopter for Christmas. Fired that baby up, flew it around the house for about 2 minutes. It crashed and broke and that was the end of that. A couple of months later, we were down at the local mall and there was a toy store there that was selling all sorts of flying things. One of the things that they had was a Syma X1. Here's the name, Syma. Syma or Syma. It's an X1. That was the first one I got, and you'll notice I put on here no, because that Syma X1 is really, really hard to fly. But I bought one that day, and I tried to fly it around the house, and I didn't really have a whole lot of luck, and I took it outside, crashed it, and broke it right away. So what I did then is I went on Amazon, because I paid too much at the toy store. I went on Amazon, I got another one for $35, and then I figured, well, I better have two in case one of those breaks. So I ended up with about 3 or 4 of those things, and I practiced and practiced and practiced. I never really got very good at it. I got extra batteries, I had the whole package. Then I discovered after taking the thing on a vacation that there was a better answer, and that better answer was the Syma X5C. Now the C stands for camera because it does have a little camera in there that's virtually worthless, but it does have one. Now here is the Syma X5C, so if you ever thought about getting one, or if you wanted to move up at some point, you should get something like this or this exact thing to practice on, because I practiced on this thing literally for like a year. I've got 2 of them. I got about 6 batteries. Batteries last about 7 minutes each. It takes lousy video, it takes lousy pictures, but it does do it, and it's kind of fun to look at, and you get really excited. You can't hardly break the thing. The Syma, the X1, you just drop it, onto any kind of hard surface, and it's broken. But this guy, he takes a lot of beating. But my suggestion is always fly in a wide open space, no trees. Wide open space, nice soft ground, because when it comes down, this thing is so light that it can fall 50 feet out of the sky and typically not break. I have not broken one of these, and I have 2 of them. It comes with a remote control, which is over here. Where'd that go? Here it is. Comes with this nice little remote control, which is almost like a real remote control because it has a lot of fake things on it, but it actually works pretty good. It also has 2 speeds on it. It has like a standard speed or a low speed, which moves very slowly, and then it has a higher speed, which moves very quickly, and it's a lot of fun to fly. I really enjoy flying this, and I thought I was pretty much going to be stuck with just flying this forever. But once you have one of these, then you start thinking about getting a bigger and better one. Now, one of the things that you can do, once you've already had your Syma X5C, and you'll notice I said make sure you get extra batteries, and remember, 2 quads ensure the fun, because if you take it out and you break it right away, well, that's boring. So if you have 2, you can throw the battery in there and start over again. So the next thing to do when you start researching quads is you go on to YouTube, because there's a lot of great YouTube videos. My favorite videos are drone fails, epic crashes, anything that has something like epic destruction, drone destruction, falls out of the sky. I just love those. And I really feel sorry for the guys. Oh, flyaways, that's another one. There's a term you'll find out about, is when your quad just takes off by itself and you never see it again. Or it drops into the ocean and you never see it again. It drops into a river, you never see it again. Anyway, go onto YouTube. skip all that if you don't want to scare yourself. Go onto YouTube and see some of the great people that are on YouTube, such as Flight Test. The guys at Flight Test are amazing. They actually build their own quadcopters. Now, after I really got excited about building my own quadcopter, but then I realized I don't have time for that, and I would never finish it. I got a project in the basement that requires me to solder like 2 wires, and it's been sitting there for months. So I'm probably not going to build my own quadcopter, but if you go to Flight Test, these guys are really cool. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to some of my other guys that I really enjoy watching their videos. One is Demon Seed Jim Bowers. He covers like all the quadcopters and does all the reviews and stuff, and he's really fantastic. He's funny as all get outs. FPV guy Bo Lawrence, I really enjoy his videos. He needs to do more because his videos are good, and I have enjoyed his as well. Also, like to give a shout out to Drone Dude. Drone Dude is a young man who does videos, and he's really good at it. Quadcopter 101, which is really, when you're starting out, everything you need to know is right on Quadcopter 101. That guy covers it all. He's really good. Then also Drone Girl. She's an Irish gal. She is like one of the few women who are really into drone flying, and she's got some great videos. And there's another guy that I just recently found, Barnacule's Nerdgasm. This guy is funny as all get-outs, and he knows how to make a video. Not like me, I do not know how to make a video, and typically I don't even show myself in my videos. So look at some of those guys. Again, Flight Test, Demon Seed, FPV guy, and these guys. They're all really great to watch. It's really fun to watch them. So what I wanted to talk to you today about is like, okay, let's say you've watched the videos, you've got the toy, and you're just loving every minute of it. What's next? Okay, so you got this. This thing's only like 50 bucks, 55 bucks. You get some more batteries, you get a couple of them, maybe you got like 150 bucks into the whole thing. Okay, what's next? Well, you can buy some quadcopters for like 200 bucks or 400 bucks. And you really have to decide what you're going to do with your quadcopter. Are you just going to fly it? Because, you know, if you're just going to fly around like this, then the toy is great. And some of the smaller quads, there's one smaller quad called, let's see, what is it? It's 350, the Blade 350. If you're just going to fly around and just zoom around, no camera, just have a great time, I think about less than 500 bucks you can get a Blade 350. And that looked to me like, you know, the one to go with if you just want to zoom around. And because basically what happens is once you get up into the more expensive quads, they're designed to fly smoothly. Now the big difference between the big expensive ones and these toy ones is this toy one will keep itself balanced, but you know, it's more like this, and wind, whoa, and you know, it's not gonna, you know, you're gonna be constantly on the sticks trying to make it do what you want it to do, okay? But when you get the more expensive quads, you just tell it to go up, it goes up, it sits there. If the wind blows it, it comes back. It knows exactly where it is in space and time and the future and the past and all that stuff. And it just makes it so much easier. But they're not really designed to, you know, schmack around and fly, you know. People do some crazy things with them, and you can too, but they're not really, I don't think they're designed for that. So anyway, you decide, I want to get myself that's what I did. I decided, oh man, I would love to have a $1,000 quad. You know, honestly, spending that much money is ridiculous. And you know, I could crash the thing. And I've seen videos, guys crash them like, you know, in like 5 minutes, 1 minute. I saw a guy like start his up, smashed into a garage door. That was it. That was $3,000 one. Well, you don't have to do that. You practice with this. You be careful. You watch all the videos. You see the instructions, all that, and I think you'll be fine. So what do? You've decided, you've looked around. There's quite a few quadcopters that I've liked. First of all, the Phantom 2 was an awesome quadcopter, but I was really leaning towards one called the Unique Q500. The Unique Q500. And what's really cool about the Unique is that it's big. It's 500 millimeters across the blades, and the blades are like 13 inches. The thing is big, and it's impressive, and it has a little screen in the remote control so you can see where you're going and stuff. I mean, I was impressed by that. That's like $1,299. And it was impressive. I was really leaning towards that. But again, I wasn't really planning on spending the money because it's a lot of money. But I thought to myself, hey, if I do plan to spend the money, where am I going to get $1,300 to blow on something completely ridiculous and get my wife to agree to it? Well, here's the answer. What I did is I went around my house and I looked for my old hobbies and some of my stuff that I don't use anymore, but I hang on to. I don't know why, because I'm sort of a hoarder, but I'm not really a hoarder because I'm organized. So if you're organized and you got a lot of stuff, you're not a hoarder, okay? And you take that from me. I tell my wife that's the truth, okay? So starting January 15th of this year, I went into my drawers, I went into my boxes, and I looked for all kinds of stuff I could sell. I like to sell on eBay. I like to sell on Craigslist. Both of those work really good. So the very first thing I sold was my Garmin Nuvi. I had a Garmin Nuvi Navigator. I can't use it anymore. My phone does everything that does 10 times better. Out the door it went. It was my first 85 bucks. Let's take a look and see what else I sold here. I sold a watch for 10 bucks. Okay, it's not much, but it added on. I had a camera that I haven't used for like, I don't know, I bought it in like 2000. I took it on vacation. It was the greatest, latest thing, Nikon 995, way back when. You know, I've been holding on to it. I got 72 bucks for it on eBay. Well, that adds to the total. Let's see what else. I had some software, I had some speakers. I had a collection of small speakers. I had my old quads that I no longer used. I had some toys. I even had a softball glove and an iPhone 4. I just went through everything and I sold that stuff. I came up with $1,569 between January, February, March, and April. So I'm ready. I'm ready to buy a quad. But then I'm still not decided which one I wanted. I still wasn't decided. Then all of a sudden in the month of April, Unique Q500 came out with the Unique Q500 Plus, and it was like better. It was like a next step up. It was like fantastic. I was like, oh my gosh, oh, I almost want to get that. I almost want to get that. But then a few days later, I got the word Phantom 3 is coming. What? Phantom 3? Oh, that'll be cool. I still wasn't really ready to buy anything. But then the day came and they announced the Phantom 3, and it has, oh my God, it has like everything in it. Everything, almost everything that $3,000 quad has in it. It has a thing called, let's see, what is it called? It's called light, what is it? It has this, when you send a video signal from your quad to your remote control, they have a certain frequency that they use, a certain system they use. The one on the DJI is called the Light Bridge, and you had to buy the $3,000 quad to get Light Bridge, or spend $1,200 to buy the things and hook it up to whatever. And they actually put that in the $1,200 quad, the Light Bridge. So now you can put your pad or your phone right on your remote control, and you can see what your quad is seeing with your 4K camera up in the air. And the remote, it's just, they made such a step up that I just got completely overwhelmed, and I had to get one. Turns out they were taking pre-orders on the day that they were making the announcement that they were bringing this thing out. And so I jumped on the computer, and it was almost worse than trying to get an iPhone on day one. I mean, the software wasn't working, and you couldn't communicate with it, but you know, and it was just all screwed up when I went to pay, but it was great. It was fun. I got it on order, and then came the lull, the wait. It's recording. We're recording. Action. Action. Hey, everybody. I'm back. It's been a couple of days. I was just telling you about how there was that lull. I think it was either 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not sure exactly right at the moment, where I put my order in and then I heard nothing. It was quiet, completely quiet. So I was back to playing with my little toy and my little remote control with my little batteries. But then one day the FedEx person came, and here it was in this box. And believe it or not, I didn't even open it up right away. I was scared. It's like, oh my God, what if it's not in there? All this time I waited, oh my God, what if it's not? And then I wanted my wife to be here when I opened it, so we waited 4 days. Can you imagine waiting 4 days after getting this from the FedEx person? No, you cannot. No one would do that. It's crazy. And so, I'm going to go ahead and open the box. Now, I know you can see a million opening the box videos on YouTube, because we all, oh my God. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. One of the things that really got me when they did the introductory video of this thing was the gold stripes. It was just something about that just slapped a home run. Boom, right out of the park. All right, look at that. Now there's no packing material around this baby. She is in, that's so odd. I mean, it's not even in the correct size box, really. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Right there. Oh, so proud. Oh my God, so proud. Look at that. Phantom 3. Professional serial number. I wonder if that means anything. 10331. I don't know if that means anything. Okay, here we go. Ready to open it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Although I'm scared still because there's so much, I don't want to wreck it. Can you imagine? Oh, probably like right out the bat you wreck it. I'll tell you what though, one of the things you really got to be careful of when you take one of these things out to fly it is that everybody's going to want to talk to you. So you need to have at least one other person there to talk to people, because otherwise you'll be talking to somebody and you'll be flying into the trees and you may never see it again. So lots of instructions to read. Everybody's got that. I've seen this so many times. I think I've watched this thing open like 8 times on other people's videos. Oh my God, and there it is, just like in 8 other people's videos. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, dusty. Somebody else said they were dusty in the box. That's because it's cardboard. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my. Phantom 3 Professional. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? That's pretty. Oh man, that is pretty. Oh. I've seen that happen. The little holder that holds the camera in place will fall off because it's a magnetic thingy-bob. Got a little spot on there. Let's see, does it smell fresh? Yes, it does smell fresh. How about the battery? It's got a little bit of charge on it. We're going to charge that battery right away. Of course, you got your other stuff in here. The coolest thing about this is the remote control. The remote control is just almost exactly like the remote control for the Inspire that costs $3,000. And you just pull this thing up and you put your phone on there, you hook it up in there, and you can see everything that the camera on the quad sees. And it feels, it's exactly the same box except for like a metal covering on it that the $3,000 quadcopter has. Now take a look at this. Real quadcopter? Toy quadcopter. ToyCarCollector. You learn on these. You don't learn on this. Unless you got a lot of money to burn and then it won't matter. Toy quadcopter. Toy. Real deal Holyfield. Right there. Yes. Okay, what else? Let's see. All right. We'll just dispense with the rest of this. We've got the charger in there. We've got all that stuff in there. But anyway, just a review about my video. My video is all about how exciting this can be. Having a quadcopter, how much fun it can be to learn to fly a quadcopter. And it's not that hard to get one of these. Just get about selling some of that junk you got around the house and save up your money and you can get one of these. It's really not that bad. Christmas is coming, your birthday, you never know. So, happy flying out there to everybody, and you have a great day. And cut! See that little movie button with the red dot on it? You just push that.